morning, Blue Jays fans, and welcome to Jays Latest. I am your host, Craig Borden. We're going to talk all things Toronto Blue Jays, so please make sure you hit those like, share, and subscribe buttons. We happily bring you the Toronto Blue Jays news every day. So, sorry for missing the last couple of days. Been kind of sick. But we're going to talk all things that happened at the end of the Colorado series to start this one off because the Blue Jays did nothing but top the Rockies. So as they climbed all of the mountains, it seems like they have literally rewrote their record books for a 3-game series, all these wonderful things. But the Blue Jays ran away with this series is an understatement of many. As they destroyed the Rockies for 45 runs over 3 games. It was slightly obnoxious. But at the end of the day, that's what happens when you're a team like the Rockies that seem to can't get out of their own way for a rebuild. 15-1, 10-4, and 20-1. Austin Nola's catching brother actually made it into the last round of the third game, and yeah, let's just say 9 earned runs in the last inning is not helping that run differential for the Colorado Rockies anyways. But meanwhile, it helped ours a lot. The Blue Jays now have 39 more runs on their run differential as you look at their roster these days, and it's just kind of funny that that's how it went. But at the end of the day, the Blue Jays look good in this series, not doing anything outstanding, like to the point where there was rough innings or anything. They just cruised right over this and kept cruising and cruising and cruising and cruising. Pitching was solid, hitting was solid, defense looked great. Obviously, they're on a 3-game winning streak and bumped their run differential up right in the same ballpark as all of our American League East competitors with a plus 55 after this season or after this series. That puts their expected win record where they should be at this point. So now everybody that was bitching about run differential can shut the heck right up. So anyways, as the Blue Jays do that, they ran it through them, like I said. But let's talk what we did do officially, because the Blue Jays, as I mentioned, just smashed their record books. 3-game series. This is the most runs they've ever scored in a 3-game series, most hits they've ever scored in a 3-game series, and they have the most 10-plus hits in Major League Baseball in single games this year with 54. The next closest teams that have had that many 10-plus games with 10 hits in a game multiple times are the Houston Astros, and the Athletics have done it, but 46 and 47 times. So the Blue Jays are almost doubling them up on that faction. So just wild to how good this team did in this series and how good this hitting has been. Bo Bichette leading the way, and Ernie Clement. Everybody doubled up things. Vlad hit home runs. There was not enough good things we could say about what this series meant for this team, especially as we head to L.A. The Toronto Blue Jays have a big, rough schedule up ahead of them now as they will continue to do this and hopefully keep moving. But next week is the LA Dodgers this weekend, Chicago Cubs, and then the Texas Rangers to round out the following week before we see some real, I won't say stinkers, but definitely not as good of teams in the Pirates and the Marlins to come near the end of the month. We do end the month with the other best team in Major League Baseball, the Milwaukee Brewers. That would be the other one. That's going to be very interesting. So let's talk the rest of the AL East, because yesterday the Red Sox finally lost a game. And so their winning streak comes to an end. They are 8-2 now over their last 10 games. Plateaued out at 4 games behind the Toronto Blue Jays because of that. So right behind them, this is the New York Yankees for the 6.5 games out. They won a game finally, holding on to their very slim lead for the 3rd wild card spot. Right now, if the season was going to end today, it'd be the Red Sox, Mariners, and Yankees with the wild card spots. Blue Jays, Tigers, and Astros winning the divisions. So who's nipping at their heels? We got the Cleveland Guardians and the Texas Rangers only 1.5 games behind the New York Yankees for that 3rd wild card spot. So it's going to be an interesting end of the season, party people. I can't say anything different than that. But as things continue to move, like I mentioned, the Red Sox finally lost. This is a slim lead. Where are we going? We are going to L.A., and this is going to be a hell of an evening tonight. 2 of the best pitchers that have ever laced up their shoes to do what they do and grab their leather. Max Scherzer will be facing Clayton Kershaw. This doesn't happen very often that 3,000 strikeout pitchers face each other. There's only been 3 times this millennium for my buddy Keegan Matheson here, who was writing this up. Last one enough. One of those is Max Scherzer versus Justin Verlander in 03. Kurt Schilling and Roger Clemens. Greg Maddux and Roger Clemens. So notice in that list, Hall of Famer, Hall of Famer, Hall of Famer, or should be Hall of Famer. So on that note, Max has been on fire. Clayton Kershaw is having a very, very good resurgence season. It will be an evening to remember on the mound as far as all those kind of things go. Max has got a 4.39 ERA, but coming off a monster start. Clayton Kershaw has also apparently found the fountain of youth in his 65 innings this season, has a 3.29 ERA, which has been incredible to see. Just threw a 5-hit, 6-inning shutout against the Tampa Bay Rays. Right before that, the Boston Red Sox did touch him up for 4 earned runs, but he held Milwaukee the game before that to just 1 earned run. Max Scherzer on the mound, as I mentioned tonight for the Blue Jays. He has been incredible, including a 11 strikeout outing against the Detroit Tigers. In his last outing against the Kansas City Royals, he held them to 1 earned run, 5 strikeouts over 6 innings. So Max has figured it out and has amped this thing right back up to 11 where it needs to be. And yeah, it's going to be a very exciting game, I think, tonight, watching those two duel it out on the mound against two offenses that have been incredible as well. Blue Jays need to watch out for Teoscar Hernandez, who has been hot of late. Couple home runs the other night, our old buddy. Not too many people on the Blue Jays roster have faced Clayton Kershaw before. Bo Bichette has 2 home runs in 3 at-bats. That's interesting. I forgot about that one because that was his debut year, I believe. He struck out his first at-bat on a wicked curveball from Clayton Kershaw, and you almost see Clayton go, "Welcome to the big leagues, kid." And then the following outing for that next at-bat, Bo takes him deep. So there you go. Michael Conforto is the only one that's vastly faced Max Scherzer with decent amount of success, batting .308 with 4 home runs in his career. Freddie Freeman has 51 at-bats with 3 home runs against somebody. He's only batting .216. So it is what it is, but that is going to be the fun that is going to be tonight's game against the LA Dodgers. So stay up late, Blue Jays fans. It's going to be a fun one. 10 o'clock tonight on the West Coast at the Dodger Stadium. It's going to be fun. So this is the first real competition, a real test of our mettle. We're going to see what happens. But check in here every day, Blue Jays fans, and we'll talk to you tomorrow. Let's go, Blue Jays. Cheers.